It had been years since the last shift ended at Blackmore Pit, the old coal mine nestled deep in the Pennines, shuttered and silent since the disastrous collapse that took 16 lives and left the town shrouded in whispered warnings. The pit top, cracked and overgrown, was a relic of a darker age. No one ventured close after sunset, and few spoke openly of the strange disappearances that followed the mine's closure. Jamie had returned to the village on a whim, drawn by the pull of childhood memories and a curiosity he couldn't shake. His grandfather had worked Blackmore until the day the roof caved in. No one knew what really happened beneath the earth that night, only that some of the bodies had never been found. The locals called it cursed ground, said something evil had stirred in the depths. The day Jamie arrived, the sky hung heavy with grey clouds, and a biting wind swept over the old pit heads. As a wildlife photographer, he planned to explore the rugged moorland, but that evening, as dusk slipped into night, he found himself drawn toward the abandoned pit, against his better judgment. His boots crunched on the broken slag heaps and rusted tracks as he climbed an embankment overlooking the silent shaft. A sudden sharp whiff of something foul made him stop. It was an odor no one could mistake, a rich and sickening scent of rot mixed with something metallic. It wasn't quite dead meat, and it wasn't quite earth. It hovered in the air like a promise of fear. Jamie's breath hitched. It was as if something was down there waiting, watching. As night thickened, the wind died, and with it, the usual moan of the hills. The silence was absolute except for a subtle, wet, slithering sound drawn from the black moor of the pit. Jamie scanned the darkness, his flashlight flickering on twisted metal beams and collapsed cages. Somewhere deep below, something stirred, a staggering weight moving with unnatural cadence. Suddenly, from the edge of his vision, a shadow leapt, too fast, too lithe. Jamie spun around, heart pounding, but there was nothing, just the empty air and the racing beat of his own pulse. The smell grew stronger, now a suffocating closeness, as if the creature itself paced just out of reach, tracing him with invisible tendrils. Jamie tried to move, but his legs felt useless, frozen by the primal terror seeping into his bones. A wet, rasping growl echoed from the pit's depths. Then a shape loomed at the edge of the light, a twisted semblance of a man, stretched and warped, skin peeling back in places to reveal bone and sinew glistening with coal dust. Its eyes glowed a dull, unholy yellow, reflecting the beam with malevolent hunger. This was the thing the villagers never named, the creature that fed on fear, often called the Scent Walker in hushed tones. It was said to have risen from the dark years when miners were trapped and lost underground, transformed by desperation, by endless darkness, by the stench of dying. It hunted the pit top still, picking off those who dared wander near. Jamie backed away slowly, but the creature's gaze pinned him in place. The overwhelming scent of decay flooded his senses. The monster's breath reeked of stale earth and cold blood, and with each step it took, the smell deepened, snuffing out hope. It was not just a beast, but a predator tuned to fear itself. It could smell the rapid thump of his heart, the electric pulse of adrenaline flooding his veins. Behind Jamie, the pit's twisted maw seemed to pulse as if alive, swallowing the darkness whole. He ran, limping over the slag, lungs burning, desperation driving him toward the faint glow of the village lights miles away. The creature's rasping growls chased him, relentless, formless almost, melding with the night wind. Over days, search parties scoured the folds of the old mine and the surrounding moor. But Jamie was gone. The only trace left behind was his abandoned camera lying near the pit's edge, its last photo a stark image of a towering skeletal figure in yellow eyes, frozen mid-hunt. The locals said the creature was patient. It hunted slowly, savoring the fear it brewed. Others who ventured too close to the pit vanished over the years, swallowed by the dark or claimed by the scent walker. Some nights, when mist curls low and the wind is still, faint, wet sounds drift from the mine shaft, carrying the promise of those lost souls and the creature that hunts them still. Always hungry, always waiting. No one goes near Blackmoor Pit after nightfall anymore. But sometimes, when the fog settles thick in the valley, travellers swear they catch a sickly, sweet stench in the air, and deep in the shadows, unblinking yellow eyes watch, waiting for their next prey.